Hi guys, welcome to my channel Wellness with Lena. It's been a while since I've actually put a video out. Things have been pretty full on lately, so today's video is just going to be a bit of an update for you guys on how my fitness journey is tracking since my last video. So if you hadn't watched any of those videos, you can go back and watch them. If you're interested in anything to do with wellness, fitness and lifestyle, then this is the channel for you. So I encourage you to subscribe or click like if you enjoy this video. So saying that, let's get on with it. So my fitness journey so far, I've been strength training and I have been doing so for a number of years. I deal with a thyroid condition, which I've spoken about in my other videos. I refused to take that my thyroid was normal from my GP and decided to basically do a little bit more digging and research around Hashimoto's. Even though the range is so-called normal, doesn't mean to say that it's normal for me, which obviously it's not because I'm strength training and I don't see the needle moving whatsoever despite all the effort I'm putting in. Take protein every day. I eat mainly whole food, so it's not something that I'm doing wrong, so to speak. And I know a lot of women out there find this really challenging when you're having to deal with such autoimmune conditions. The other thing, my age too is working against me a little bit because my hormones have obviously changed through going through perimenopause, and I was actually able to verify that with the doctor and they came back my hormones were actually imbalanced. The other thing was my iron was low, so that really didn't help with all the fatigue I was feeling, and I thought, you know, maybe I'm feeling a bit lazy and just unmotivated, but a lot of it was actually fatigue and tiredness. So I had to take a 3-month course of iron tablets, and I actually went for a blood test yesterday, so I'm yet to see the result, and hopefully after 3 months on iron tablets it should have, well, let's say hopefully improved. So yeah, that's where we are on our journey. And I also wanted to focus a little bit more as part of my journey on my protein intake, because I think I mentioned on my other videos that probably my protein wasn't as up there as what it should be, and as you get older you need to actually eat more protein. So apart from obviously with the Hashimoto's, I've decided to go gluten-free and dairy-free. I'm trying to reduce inflammation because an autoimmune disease is a lot of inflammation in the body. And I've looked into the gut as well, and from what I've researched is a lot of people with Hashimoto's has some sort of gut issue. So, which wasn't a surprise to me because I had suffered for years, probably since my early 20s, with acid reflux. And then I find myself having to sit up in bed all night with a wheat bag or a hot water bottle on my stomach just to try and calm the pain down, because it was just keeping me awake all night. It was very uncomfortable. So it got to that stage, so I knew something was definitely up with my gut. So hence another reason why I've gone gluten-free. The other thing I've introduced, and I'm trialing at this stage, is I read that drinking warm water is really good to help heal the gut lining as well. I've also noticed from doing that at this early stages it's already improved somewhat. So looking back at my diet again, guys, I've decided to start being a bit more consistent with my meal prep as well. So part of this video is showing you some basic stuff I do for my meal prep without it being too expensive. And no, I'm not living off rice and broccoli and chicken every day, because that would be just so boring and unsustainable as well, because you soon get sick of it. So what I usually do is I just have a rotation, swapping the meats and the veggies and the salads. I'll talk you through how I do my meal prep, but I'm mainly focusing on things I eat as fish, being salmon, and chicken, whether it be thighs or breast, and beef. So those are the 3 meats that I sort of rotate around throughout the week. I've totally cut out all processed foods. I think that's a really good start. I don't have alcohol in my diet. That's something I eradicated about 2 or 3 years ago. I just went cold turkey on that, but that wasn't a problem for me, and I culled that for the reason. Let's have a look at this meal prep. The meal prep today, I'm doing meal prep for 4 people. So just to mix things up a bit for the week, we're going to be doing salmon portions, and that's going to be had with sweet potato and a mixture of vegetables. And for a change up, you know, to swap the meats around, we're going to also do the chicken thighs as well, and we're going to crumb those using just a bit of bought breadcrumbs and some egg. So guys, I just use frozen veg here. So I'm just using broccoli and beans and using my steamer to put all the veggies in. So we're doing some sweet potato in there and some red and yellow capsicum as well. And then lastly, we're just doing the frozen veg on top. So we've got a variety of colours going into our steamer, and we just let that steam for about 20 minutes or so. There's a lot of nice colours in there. And then obviously with the chicken, I said I was going to crumb it, so we're just crumbing it there and then getting the pan ready for the chicken. Now for the spices, I just use paprika, allspice and turmeric for my chicken. As you can see there, it's nicely simmering in the pan, and then next to it I just fry the salmon with the same spices in the oven, just to make sure it's properly cooked on the inside. So now we have our prepared meal of the crumb chicken and the fish. So all in all, it's a nice healthy meal, and it'll last us for at least a week, and then we rotate again by doing some more prep every Sunday and continuing that rotation. But obviously you can have other choices of meat or chicken or whatever you fancy, and instead of doing vegetables, sometimes we'll swap it out with maybe a Greek salad. But thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed my video, and we'll see you next time.